My goodness me, it's cold. So welcome back. Now, I've been doing these shorter videos, but a stream will be coming, a weekly stream. I'm aiming for Fridays. Let's see. Hopefully, your notifications are turned on and you'll know when I go for a really long stream. So keep your eyes out for that. So, this story is again found on my ground news. And the reason why I use ground news is because I find that it's helpful to have a source that aggregates all kinds of stories for me, and then I can also check the reliability of them. So I'm an affiliate. There's information about subscription. It's all in the description. But if you want to get a full 50% off a subscription, just go to Black Belt Barrister, who's also on YouTube, who's a bigger channel than I am. But if you'd like me to be a big channel and to benefit from you taking a subscription using my offer, then please subscribe. And then eventually we'll get there. So this story, again, is from Ground News. As a summary, the story is from multiple sources, 38 in total. I've picked one that we'll go to in just a mere moment. So the headline is Facebook restricts Palestinian news but boosts Israel's. And this is from BBC Research. BBC Research finds that Facebook inhibits Palestinian news but boosts Israel's news. The findings indicate a disparity in how content is moderated on the platform. Users have reported that Palestinian sources face restrictions significantly. The report raises concerns about freedom of expression in online platforms. I mean, just that report raises that concern. That concern is pretty rife everywhere due to all kinds of reasons. So I'm going to go to the source for one of the stories that covers this, and it's called Straight Arrow News, I believe. The logo is so small. Fam, why is it so small? So here you have, whoops, did I click? Okay. So it's called Media Miss. Is that the name for their, I don't know, this category? So this is only 11 hours ago. This is on Thursday, reported on Thursday. Facebook inhibits Palestinian news but boosts Israel's, according to research recently released by the BBC. The findings indicate a disparity. Additionally, BBC said that leaked documents show Instagram, which is also owned by Facebook's parent company Meta, moderated Palestinian news comments more heavily after October 2023. I mean, I think I may have shared some posts sympathetic to the plight of Palestinian children being indiscriminately killed, and my Instagram's never recovered. But that's just an anecdotal account. You cannot see it as a reflection of Meta Facebook policy. Right? Right. Let's go back to the story. Users have reported that Palestinian sources face significant restrictions, raising concerns about freedom of expression on online platforms. In response, Meta called accusations that it deliberately suppressed users unequivocally false. See who else is reporting on this story and which side of the political spectrum they lean on. Oh, so this is another. Ah, yes, that's right. They're another ground news, basically. So the bias distribution is shown here. It's mainly being reported on the left, as you see, not at all on the right. Interesting stuff. Listen, because we're in our own echo chambers and we only ever see things that align to our interests and opinions, I find it really hard to know whether this is accurate. What I do know is that um, there's a few factors why, for instance, my Instagram has not been very uh, favored by the Instagram algorithmic gods. And more recently, the reasons that I have come to think it's because of political content and me sharing information from a pro-Palestinian. I mean, calling it a pro-Palestinian protest, a protest about Palestinian children being indiscriminately killed, essentially. And whenever I attended a local action is when you're, within your town, village, or whatever, there's a smaller group of people, usually a charity organization setting it up, and volunteers. and coming together with their kids and dogs and all kinds of people from all kinds of walks of life, and it's incredibly peaceful. Um, the pro-Palestinian marches being called hate marches, I personally never observed any hate. What I did find though was that because it was so busy and because there was such a volume of people and and a lot of movement, and you had to be really careful about sort of like being in pockets where it was hard to get out because so many people are turning up to hear people speak as well. That was my only concern, and it just felt like I wasn't exactly connecting with anyone, but I was with connecting with a cause, and I wanted to show up. I only went a couple of times, if I'm absolutely honest, full disclosure, and the reason why was because I'm working all the time, and also I'm very much um, of the, let's say, opinion that you've got to find your ways of demonstrating, showing support. And, that's not the only way. That's not my only way, and that's my choice, right? But when I did post a live, I think I did a Instagram live from one of the local actions, and it was lovely. I was there with my nieces and my kid as well, and it was very sweet. Lots of sort of locals in Southeast London, and and I don't know, just my Instagram has just suffered. Um, but, that's I'm not an activist or a journalist, so I don't have that kind of content. My content has always been about being a creative and independent creative and sharing stuff to do with the arts. So it's been an interesting one personally, but again, that's all an anecdote. All of it, every single little bit of it was an anecdote. But, so because I have on occasion posted, I do sometimes, even if I don't follow accounts that are pro-Palestinian, let's say. On occasion, I might see something come up as recommended. Otherwise, I barely see anything unless I'm following. Um, I tend to, for some reason, only see really bizarre Bollywood paparazzi stuff in my For You. It's just really strange, and I don't even follow anyone from Bollywood. So it's just the whole algorithm thing for me is just very peculiar, and perhaps it's more clear to others about sort of how it works and what their experience is. I just know that I'm not getting any pro-Israeli content. I'm not seeing. I have to look for it. I look for every bit of content from every side just to kind of get an idea of what's being said. I find that X tends to share stuff, but again, I don't see as much pro-Palestinian stuff. I see a few writers saying stuff, but there's a few that I have not seen anything from for a while, and that's only because I was covering Trump and the election, and perhaps I was looking for news sources about the sort of presidential election, and suddenly I stopped seeing things from the left, which is again, it's strange. It's like algorithms are looking at our user behavior and calling the shots for us. So that's why we have to do our own work. We have to do our own work. So this wasn't so much analysis about a story. It was actually a bit of waffle and commentary. But if you appreciated it, which I'm sure you did because you're still watching right now, then do subscribe if you haven't already. And also you can join the channel, you can join me on Patreon, give me a thumbs up, drop me a comment, let me know where you're watching and listening from, and give me your recommendations. What would you like more of? A full stream will be on its way. I'm aiming for Fridays, end of the working week. I do multiple things, so just got to try and fit it in. On that note of fitting things in, I've got to get to the next thing. So I'll see you in the next one.